Érkezünk, lassan töltődünk. Igen, folytatunk. Na, és ismét ma itt vagyunk, és tudjuk folytatni a dolgainkat. Jó, hát mellékküldetésekben vagyunk. Itt igazán ugye a borvidék problémáival foglalkoztunk, és mind a két félnél, ha minden igaz, az összes dolgot elintéztük. Mind az 5 problémát megszüntettük, viszont kiderült, hogy van valami, egy harmadik személy, aki mind a kettőt egymás ellen úszította. Úgyhogy majd őt fogjuk kinyomozni, hogy most akkor mit is szeretne, de időközben egyébként egyéb kérdőjeleket is felfedtünk itt a környéken. Na mindjárt meg is érkezünk. Szép lassan betölt a rendszer, és itt a hangsúly az a lassú szón van. Igen. Na, azt mondjuk, keresd meg a levélben említett helyet. Hát meg is fogjuk keresni. Hogy azt mondja. Hát, jó, ezek között tudunk lépegetni. Ez tök jó, csak éppen minket lehet, hogy a... felfedezetlen dolgok érdekelnének. Aha, ott van 21 kérdőjel. Na. Igazán azért is nyitottam meg, hogy a térképet megkukkoljuk. Van-e értelme? De nem sok. Inkább majd onnan fölfele. Úgyhogy most szerintem célszerűbb az útjelzőtáblát megtalálni. A híd túloldalán. És fast travel-el elugorni. Oda délre. Nem ezt akartuk, hanem ezt. innen közelebb lesz. Téged már nem gyaktalak le egyszer. Szerintem legyaktam ezt a nőt már. És akkor sem tudtunk behatolni ezen a... De az biztos, hogy szintet léptünk. Egy gyors mentés. Egy kóborlovag. Na menjünk csak be. Ho 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 ho. Aha.
Letter proves Count Crespi's behind the sabotage at both vineyards.
Bizony, bizony.
Gotta tell Matilda and Liam.
Mi adja ki ezt a hangot, gyerekek?
Arcaspore saplings? Takes a degenerate to cultivate something like this. Need to incinerate them before they spew spores and spread. Arcaspore saplings? Takes a degenerate to cultivate something
Pontosan
like
tudjuk,
this.
hogy milyen elmebeteg.
Incinerate them before they spew spores and spread.
Már rájöttünk. Ha pusztítsuk el őket? Jól van, ez igaz. Nem biztos, hogy meg kéne hagyni. Hogy még a hangok még jönnek. Na, hogy nézzünk ki? Itt az úton lemegyünk, és akkor onnan átugrunk.
Run, Roach. Így. Ide is ellátogatunk, mert az egyik küldetésnek ugye ez opcionális küldetése volt. Most így akar a gyors ugrással ott termünk.
Can't pull one over on me, Richard. I can see you're a kid.
And verily I say unto you, if men were but to let the prophet Lepiotus' teachings into their hearts, this world would be a more pleasing place. Thus raise your voices with mine. Oh, prophet Lepiotus.
What's it?
Oh, Prophet Lepiota! Oh,
What's it?
Prophet Lepiota!
I swear to
Not
live
and
according
still
to
but bum.
Na jó.
A job is like a lady. You can always get a new one.
Impressive.
Ennyi. Most az volt itt a kiegészítő, hogy megállapította, hogy hát jó.
La la, no jesting with this one.
Oh!
Master Witcher, have you any news?
This vineyard, Belgard, why is it so valuable?
You are not from here, it certainly shows. Before Count Crespi fell prey to the beast, Belgard belonged to him. As a man of wealth and influence, he guided it to immense success. Brought in rare grape varieties, hired skilled workers. I shan't trouble you with unnecessary details. Suffice to say that merging Belgard with another vineyard is a sure recipe for success.
One and the same man caused Coronada's and Vermentino's problems. Got proof. A certain Count Crespi. He's at the root of it all.
What, Crespi? Belgard's erstwhile owner? Why, that's impossible.
Got it all here, in writing.
He did indeed have motive. He knew well his own vineyard could not survive if Vermentino and Coronata were to join forces.
Probably why he incited the feud. Pulled it off, too, mostly. Just failed to bring his plan to completion when the beast got him.
Incredible. You mean to say it wasn't Liam?
And I was certain my troubles were Matilda's doing.
In light of new evidence, the most just resolution would be for both injured parties to share oversight of Belgard.
Wait, just a minute. Do you mean to suggest we're to cooperate?
It's the optimal solution, yes. In terms of the health of the enterprise as well.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I do believe he's right.
Hát nem ártana.
Perhaps it is time to bury the hatchet.
3 vineyards are more than one. There's much to be gained. So be it.
That's not all. The troubles at your vineyards? Solved them. You can go back to operating normally now.
Splendid news. I'm relieved to see you hired a professional, especially one whose aid might still prove invaluable. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Follow me. It's high time you saw Belgard.
Witcher, come with us, please. Something tells me we'll have tasks for you yet.
All right, let's go.
Na lássuk, mit tartogat a számunkra. Jó régóta nem foglalkoztunk a főszállal.
My desire for Belgard to pass into capable hands is no idle whim, for the vineyard's fallen upon hard times since its previous owner's demise. I've been told of workers dying on their rounds, monsters prowling about. Before anyone can call this home, they will have to deal with these, inconveniences. That is the minister's wish.
More work for me, I guess.
If you're willing, we'll gladly accept your help.
I can help.
Business
sure.
is business.
I won't work for free.
A bit less? Is that out of the question? Fine. We have a deal.
More or less already agreed, I guess.
That's a weight off my chest, I must say. Your reward shall be fair, I promise.
I'll get to work.
Szerintem ezek új kérdőjelek, ezek eddig nem voltak.
Beaver bugger me.
Na, ez... Aha.
Beware all! The witchman cometh!
Nem.
Gotta blow this up if I want to get rid of the Endrigas.
azaz. Uborkát teszünk, mert az egészséges. Hol vagy? Na hát ezt meg ketté vágtuk. Aha, semmiféle. Ja, persze. Pont úgy néz ki, mint akinek semmiféle gondja nincsen. Errefelé. Na gyere, paci, megyünk most messzire. Ez érdekes volt.
What a day. Na hol vagy? Ki vagy? Aha, kukacok. Na,
Gyere csak ide! No, 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 no. Az anyádat közvetíted.
Giant centipede spawning ground. Should
El
destroy
is
it.
pusztítjuk. Gyere arrébb! Nem kell megvárni, míg az felrobban. Elbújtunk a bokorba. Úgy. És akkor a térkép. Előtte még beugorhatunk máshol is, szerintem.
That's it, Roach. Come on.
Kicsit elbambultunk, az az igazság, és nem a zöld irányába mentünk, hanem sárga jelző fény felé. Ops. Ezek csúnyák voltak. Csúnya nagy bókok. Sokan voltak egyszerűen. Mehetünk a messziből. Hol vagy, keszeg?
That's it, Roach.
Kegyelmes ló vagy te ám. Mármint, hogy nem kaphatod el a dolgokat. Jó, hát a pályán senki nem ér a nyomába. Letolunk mindenkit, ez tény. Hoppá, itt megkaptuk. Az egyiket legyőztük. Ne, hát ez mi volt? Hát félig volt az izé. Félig voltunk. Ez csúnya volt. Ez az állapítsuk meg, hogy csúnya volt. Csúnya csalás volt. Aha. Megyetek csak. Anyátok! Most inkább ugorjunk. Elővennéd a kardot, basszol. Gyere. Gyere át. Szóval ezt így. Szopogass cukorkát, jó? Addig. Okay. Na jó. Gyere arrébb. Nem tudom, hogy csináltuk, de levágtuk a főnagyot. Mézes krasszalnál, addig jól lakunk. Kicsit növesszük. És megpusztultál? Hé. Ajjaj. Na, professzor, lássuk, mi van a naplódban. Nem biztos, hogy... Maradjunk annyiba, hogy megérne egyet menteni. Jó, főszerelés. Úgy, pancézat megvan, és akkor egyszer pedig drága jogkardunkat, ez az. Mindjárt ott vagyunk a kérdőjelnél, és azt is kipucoljuk.
Shit! Hacker! Hacker up! Save me! Save the whole of us!
Vagy nem. Vagy nem. Vagy nem. Vagy nem. Na jó. Mindjárt. Megmutatjuk, hogy mit tudunk. Nem úgy van az. Na mutika?
Save me! Sir!
Let us murder!
You gave me the hiccups!
Nem igazán kíméli ezeket a jó embereket, Geralt, úgy látom.
I thank you, sir.
Már ha jó embereknek nevezhetnénk
For
őket.
you, well, those bandits were not pulling pranks. I could pound some new steel for you in gratitude, but I must first return to my workshop in Belgard.
Na menjünk.
Let's go. No time to lose.
I thank you again for your aid. Care to glance at my wares?
Na, de
What were you
mesélj.
doing in the Caraberta woods? And how'd you wind up a prisoner of those bandits?
Ever since the Count died, I've not had the resources to buy raw materials, meaning no new barrel hoops, no tools. So I mustered a few lads and went into the woods to scavenge. A great deal of scrap to be had in those elfin ruins, if you don't mind digging. Folks say the place is haunted, but I've no fear of elfin ghosts.
A rational man.
Rational or superstitious, it matters not. The point is, I did not see a single ghost. Yet a Hansa, yes, that we ran into. Though it seems I've more luck than sense, because you came along to save me.
Show me what you have.
Na, lássuk. Elpakoljuk aztán. Na, lássuk, hogy tudsz-e. Mondjuk, ahogy én érzem. Tehát nem igazán lehetne a kardunkat tovább fejleszteni. Már meg mívő 499, tehát maxra van járatva. De hát ha mégiscsak úgy élik, nem? Hogy farkaskarddal mászkáljunk. Na, ha már visszajutottunk, fel is kereshetjük őket, mert hogy mindent megcsináltunk szerintem. Mit nekünk a lépcső?
Tended to Belgard's problems. Vineyard should be in as good a shape as ever.
Splendid. And thus, officially, by the power vested in me, I grant you title to the Belgard Vineyard, and trust that you shall make good use of its grounds and resources.
Excellent. Ah, I can already smell the grapes ripening
Még
in
ilyen
the
tál előtt nem
We
is nehéz.
shan't forget what you did for us. Here, your pay.
But that's not all. You must come back and see us shortly. We've a surprise in store for you.
I'll do that. Farewell.
Jól van. Vannak nekünk elmaradott dolgaink. Például a pénzünk. Oké. Világtérkép. Na, ott lent lesz egy útjelző, ha jól láttuk. Bocsika! Na jó, fussunk. Így is fel lehet érni. Testedzés jót tesz az embernek. Bizony, bizony. A bankosnál van egy kis dolgunk. Megpróbálja majd elsúnyogni a pénzünket, mi? Szóval elpróbálta. Búnyul lesz olyan? Vagy hajlandó lesz megadni, ami nekünk jár. Na lássuk. Na.
What is it?
Got your coin, sir. And a wee gift to thank you for the trust you showed. This blade's the Reckoner. It saved my arse a fair number of times.
Na nézd meg, szorult egy kis tisztesség bele.
Thanks, Cianfanelli. We'll call it even.
One last thing. I'd like to apologize for the whole mingin' kerfuffle.
Na, azt a mindeni. Ezt már szeretjük. Ez egy tisztességes bankár. De jó vízköpök. Mindig föl se tűntek. Érdemes hazalátogatni is, csak hogy a listát egy kicsit pucoljuk. Mert elméletileg a házikonkat ugye ezt felújítottuk teljesen, meg is nézhetnénk tényleg, hogy hogy néz ki. Egy jó Witcher néha hazatérhet pihenni. Naj. Hát menj messzebb már. Nézd meg a kis virágos kertet. Hát van itt minden, aki szeret a genetikával foglalkozni.
Renovations coming along all right?
I am delighted to inform you we have completed our labors. You can now devote yourself to enjoying the vineyard's delights to the fullest.
Na.
You must forgive me my temerity, sir. But I thought, with all the work on Corfo Bianco completed, and with the estate looking more beautiful than ever, it might be appropriate to commemorate the moment.
Csapjunk egy bulit. Ünnepeljünk csak.
During the tidying that preceded the renovations, I came across a bottle of Sapramento, the 1250 vintage. I cannot say by what miracle it survived, but it is here. And we've course to open it today. And then he ran straight into the crowd, burning bouquet in hand. All thought it a part of the performance, so they only laughed, even when the decor began to catch fire. It was not until the flames engulfed Baron Mahevkin's beard that folk began to realize something was amiss and went to put out the fires.
Sounds like Monsieur Bolius and Madame Nina threw some first-rate balls here.
It was so. In this regard, Baron Rossel was decidedly more reserved.
So tell me, Barnabas Basil, what's the wine situation like here? Am I gonna produce any this year?
This year is out, I fear, sir. Last autumn, a fungus destroyed all the vines. Baron Rossel had new ones planted, but it will be some time before they start bearing fruit. Assuming that is, the fungus does not reappear.
That'd be bad. This Sapramento got me dreaming. It's amazing.
Isn't it, though? Allow me to top you off, sir. There.
Thanks.
Hát mondjuk nehéz elképzelni Geraltot, mint egy gazdálkodó. Boros gazda. Akkor ez is teljesítve. Jó, hát ezt megvárjuk, azon már nem múlik. Na jó, nézzük akkor azt a főküldetést. Így a végén. Mármint a mai. Kip-kop-kopogok.
Damn it. Locked. No way I got the place wrong. This is it. Gotta be another way in around here.
Aj, milyen temető az ilyen.
incinerate these to ash. Some stench.
Aj, tag, és megért a puci. Ohohohohohoho. A rohadék. Nem figyeltünk. Anyád.
Some stench. Shit.
Hoppa.
An illusion. Interesting. agreed to meet a vampire at a cemetery. How much more cliché can you get?
Nothing comes readily to mind.
Could have left the door unlatched.
What of my privacy? I value it rather deeply. Unmolested, especially by unwanted guests, that's my preferred state. Besides, I knew you'd find a way to get in.
True enough. Need to find your friend. I'm hoping you'll agree to help.
I shall do whatever's in my power. Yet what you want or even need must matter little. What matters is what Dettlaff wants. If he does not wish to be found, you will not find him. Ever. End of story.
Come on. Gotta be some way.
Vampires can evade detection by the senses, and no divination magic works on us. Even the most precise megascope would be useless.
And this? Could this help?
Wherever did you get that?
Off one of the beast's victims, found by a bend in the river. Body was chopped in pieces. 3 of those pieces were hands. Hand with the ring seemed the odd one out. Abruxa had taken an interest in it.
Na, mi nem stimmel.
It's Dettlaff's hand, without a doubt. It will do splendidly.
Ring's pretty intriguing. Made of no metal I've ever seen. And the ornamentation.
It comes from our home, where we lived before the conjunction of spheres. It's actually mine. I received it from a dear old friend. You might call him a humanist. He saw us vampires as guests here, guests who owe their hosts, meaning you humans and the elder races, respect.
Respect? Meaning not to treat us like cattle to be slaughtered for food?
Precisely. And the reason why I in turn gave it to Dettlaff. To remind him of the ideals my old friend championed.
The hand. What do you plan to do with it?
You've heard of Kovinaris' theory of tissue memory retention.
Rings a distant bell. Read about it in Alchemia Oblitera. There's a copy at Kaer Morhen, tattered, nearly disintegrated. But if memory serves, Kovinaris never managed to prove it worked.
He did prove it, just never managed to publish his findings. He and I corresponded, you see, after we became friends. Thus, I know he completed his research and performed the first tests. It's complicated, so without delving into details, it is possible to use any piece of tissue to reconstruct what a whole body experienced.
How's it work? We need any special equipment?
We must brew a decoction which Kovinaris gave a rather poetic name, resonance. Once imbibed, it sends one into a trance similar to that induced by narcotics. This triggers visions of events linked to strong emotions experienced by the tissue's owner. Picture it as dreaming a fragment of someone's life.
Any chance we might see what Dettlaff was doing just before he lost his hand?
Indeed. Though I also hope resonance will reveal the location of Dettlaff's hideout.
Can't you just summon Dettlaff? You're both hired vampires, there's gotta be a way.
If I'm to be entirely candid, there is indeed one. But believe me, we will be better off never availing ourselves of it. It is a last resort. Absolutely.
Last resort? The hell? Why?
There is a being who can summon Dettlaff. Possesses the authority, even the power, to force him to appear in a given place. But the very act of contacting this being, well, it's akin to walking a slack line extended over a chasm filled with molten lava. An exercise as perilous to me as it would be to you. A risk I'm unwilling to take. I beg you, let's do it my way. It will be both quicker and easier.
Kovinaris
Hú,
spent
ez
half
nagyon
his life
titokzatos
proving his
volt.
theory. Wild guess. Making a dose of resonance won't be easy.
You guessed correctly. In addition to Dettlaff's tissue, we shall need a powerful occipital lobe stimulant. Effectively a poison. to make one susceptible to visions.
Well, got a few ingredients to choose from. Unfortunately, all are pretty rare. There's Mamoon glands, but closest ones I know of are in Vizima. A spotted white saliva would also serve, but they were culled to extinction over a century ago. Could go with a kobold's eyes, but the creatures are sentient. Rather not gouge one's eyes out.
Given that we lack the time to sleuth this out ourselves, permit me to summon some help.
What was that?
A raven? Rather a common sight at this latitude. Very intelligent fowl. I asked him to look for the creatures you mentioned, him and his brethren. Perhaps they'll find one in the area, and I would hazard that a flock of ravens will spy any said creature faster than a solitary witcher would. With all due respect to your skills, my friend. It will take them some time, nonetheless, so perhaps you'd care for a snifter of mandrake.
Rarely say no to a snifter.
Sadly, this is but a weak infusion rather than a proper distillate.
Even better. I remember your mandrake hooch. Made people say things they'd have rather kept to themselves.
Now, what could Geralt of Rivia prefer to keep to himself?
So, think you've set a nice little trap for me? Sorry. Want to get me to confess? Gonna have to try harder.
I love a challenge. In that case, my ears are cocked. What must I do?
How about you get the ball rolling? Reveal one of your secrets. Vampires, intriguing creatures, must lead fascinating lives.
Anything in particular interest you?
Got a new life, new body. That give you a new start, blank slate?
Starting all anew is a very broad concept. What exactly do you mean?
Your blood addiction, say. Wondering if your body's the same, if it still remembers. Maybe if you drank now, you wouldn't get hooked.
All addictions are a form of slavery. Re-addiction's not a risk I'm willing to take, just to test a hypothesis about corporeal regeneration and whether propensities carry over.
Fair enough. Curiosity, that's all. Sorry.
Not to worry, Geralt. Curiosity is a natural reaction under the circumstances, apart from which I've always valued that trait in you.
Always fascinated me the way vampires can regenerate. A hand growing back is one thing. A Detloff recreating you out of a wet smear? Something else entirely.
A difficult and laborious process, but one that's possible, as my presence proves. But I've heard you too had quite the adventure. They say you lost your memory.
Ebben van reménye.
But Triss helped me get it back. Actually, pretty damn lucky I only had amnesia.
Yes, you humans are rather buggered in those terms. To strip you of life is, well, it's just plain easy. I've always pitied you in that regard. We vampires are much harder nuts to crack. If a member of another race kills one of us, we can be reborn with a living higher vampire's help. However, if one of our own strikes the deadly blow, death is permanent. There can be no rebirth. One of the chief reasons why vampires long ago swore never to fight one another.
Gotta ask you the big question. One everyone wonders about. What happens after death?
You wish me to tell you if the human belief in the gods is well-founded? Well, that I do not know. We vampires differ exceedingly from you humans. Our matter, that of which we are composed, can exist without form. We require neither a heart, nor a brain, nor air to breathe.
But were you dead?
As humans understand death, yes.
Feel anything? Understand anything?
It's rather hard to explain. I felt something very unsettling. Something I cannot even name, for I did no reasoning. Only after rebirth did I begin to understand that what I had felt was cold and unimaginable fear. If not for Detlef, I might have drowned in an eternity of icy terror.
Can't have been alive then. Sheesh, experience like that must be vicious.
Indeed, it's hard to compare to anything I know. Yet you are aware we don't see death as you do. The way you cling to life, we find it entirely peculiar. You are mortals, ergo it's a foregone conclusion. You will die. It's but a question of time. Thus, I often find myself wondering why you try so very hard. To die at 20 years, 40, even 100, what's the difference? They're all but the blink of an eye.
Depends on your point of view. Man who's got 1,000,000 crowns to spend can't possibly understand one who's only got 20.
Very true. One's outlook can indeed change much.
Curious what you did after you were reborn.
As I'm sure you can surmise, at first I was thoroughly absorbed with recovering. As it is, I've still not recovered completely. Yet I was so weak the first year that I could not stand nor move on my own. Detlef bore my weakness bravely, showed great patience. If not for him, I wouldn't be here, and I'd have regenerated far slower. Once I could at last stand unassisted, I set off for Bruges, for my one-time home of Dillingen. There I led the peaceful life of a rural healer and surgeon, enjoying my neighbours' respect and, in fact, constituting the exact opposite of the monstrous vampire the populace imagines.
Bruges, you say? Rebirth make you sentimental?
Perhaps a dash. But what of you? Where have you been? Ever find your Cyrilla?
Back then, yeah. But we parted again soon after. And when the time was ripe, she came back. Defeated the Wild Hunt together.
Ooh. Seems I certainly missed quite a bit while I was absent.
True enough. But it's a conversation we'll have another time. Need to know more about you now.
Szerintem, hogy kikérdeztük teljesen, úgyhogy adjuk meg a lehetőséget.
All right. Give you one question. What do you want to know?
One question to ask one as fascinating as you, Geralt. Cruel parsimony, I'd say, but I shall do my best to make it count. If you were to die and be reborn as I was, in your new life, would you choose to be a witcher?
Jó kérdés. Ebben jó. De békét lát. Szerintem maradjunk így.
See, Regis. Doubt I'd know how to be anything else.
Ever tried?
See, you're determined to get an answer. To find out if I like being a witcher. Just refuse to ask directly, as always. I like being on the path. Like picking up a lead, a trail. I like the tension right before a fight. And nothing gets my adrenaline flowing like battling a beast. Even gotten used to people treating me like a freak, an outcast. Yeah. Not something I think about much, but I like being a witcher.
Thank you for being honest. Honesty is an attribute of the truly brave, and thus a privilege of the very few.
Still no sign of your winged friend. Sure it understood what you wanted?
Dead certain. Let's wait a bit longer. It'll return soon, don't doubt that for a moment. Ever vigilant, even in his sleep. Quite vampire-like, in fact. Are you absolutely certain they don't administer a few of our genes during the trial of the grasses?
Appreciate the compliment. Got something for me?
You were right. No kobolds or mamoons for miles around.
Knew it.
Allow me to finish. You see, there's this spotted white. It haunts an abandoned residence in the Caraberta woods.
Impossible. My brethren hunted down every last spotted white before I was born.
Then it seems you must revise your knowledge of spotted whites. For somehow this one managed to survive your brethren's onslaught. It seems I know this home it haunts. Recall a tale about it. Locals believe the place cursed. Perhaps that's how the white survived entirely unmolested.
Know anything else about this curse?
I don't recall much in particular. Really don't attach much importance to such things. It was mentioned to me as an anecdote, no more.
Come on, search your memory. Something, anything could be important.
I believe it had a relation to hunger, or, perhaps greed, rapacity. Someone was punished for something...
Textbook definition of a curse, pretty much.
Sorry, Geralt, I try not to clutter my mind with the details of every far-fetched tale I happen to hear. What are your thoughts?
A specimen of a species thought long extinct, and a curse in one place. That a coincidence, or are they related?
Ah, professional curiosity. Personally, I've nothing against you delving into this dilemma, but please remember we need the white's saliva. Nothing beyond that.
Whites rarely appear in the woods, even less likely to find them in abandoned human homes. They inhabit remote wildernesses, old abandoned cemeteries.
What's your point?
This might not be a spotted white after all. Your little helper might have made a mistake.
I sincerely doubt it. Ravens are devilishly intelligent creatures, and they've highly developed observational skills.
What exactly did they observe?
The area around the estate. It's covered in spoons.
Spoons?
Spare me the skeptical smile. I'm but the bearer of this news. Or perhaps this spotted white is a hoarder. Or the spoons are somehow related to the curse.
Let's do this. Start making your decoction while I go get some saliva from that white. Uses it in its brews.
Do you imagine the white will simply sell you some?
Worst case scenario, I'll bring you its salivary glands. They ought to do as well.
For a moment there, I imagined you asking the white to spit into a vial. Quite amusing as a thought, but the salivary glands will do fine indeed.
So, see you later.
Yes, till later. I shall start by perusing some tomes.
Tomes? Thought you were gonna make this decoction.
We require one last ingredient. Alas, obtaining it could prove a trifle toilsome. Thus, I hope to identify a suitable alternative.
All right. Good luck.
And to you, my friend.
Azt mondja. Odaugrunk. Aztán elugrunk. Ó, ne! Vegyük be. Lecsukoljuk ezt el. Sorry, lecsukodik. Így, elmentettük. És akkor puszi mindenkinek.
Never a good omen.
Hogy? Meg is haltunk. Na jó. Sziasztok!